Hello everyone, welcome to the session Programming for Problem Solving. Myself Navya, I am an assistant professor from the Department of CSIT in MLR Institutions of Technologies. In today's sessions, we are going to see arithmetic expressions. So, before going to the arithmetic expressions, we are going to see the general or computational expressions, types of expressions, and operators precedence, and evaluation of arithmetic expressions. And coming to the general expressions, what is mean by an expression? Expression is like a sentence with a combination of minimum of two numbers and at least one mathematical operator. So, the mathematical operators might be anything. It might be plus, minus, star, slash, modulus, any operator. So, here the structure of an expression is expression. Okay, coming to the general expressions, an expression is like a sentence which consists of minimum of two numbers and at least one mathematical operator. So, one mathematical operator, it might be a plus, minus, star, slash or modulus operator. So, the structure of expression would be like this. So, expression equals to the number, mathematical operator and number. So, here let us see, for example, you can say sum equals to 25 by 2. So, or 25 into 1 plus 6. Like this. So, in all given expressions, the mathematical operator is used between two numbers. So, this is called as a general expression. So, coming to, let us consider a small word problem. So, Tom has to fill a box with oranges and apples. The number of apples should be 5 more than oranges. Tom picks 3 oranges each time and repeats it for 5 times. Count the total number of oranges and apples. So, in order to solve this, we have to formulate with the mathematical expressions. First, the number of oranges equals to how many oranges? So, 3 into 5 times. So, each time he was picking 3. So, 3 into 5 which is 5 times. So, 3 into 5 which is number of oranges equals to 15. Then coming to number of apples. Apples are number of oranges plus 5. So, what are how many number of oranges are? 15. 15 plus 5 which is equals to 20. So, total number of fruits are number of oranges plus number of apples. So, third mathematical expressions will be 15 plus 20 which is 35 in total. Coming to computational expressions. So, which we have seen, the general expression is a combination of numbers with the mathematical expressions. Here, in the computational expressions, an expression is a combination of operators, constants and variables. So, the expression might consist one or more operands and 0 or more operators in order to produce a value. So, for example, a plus b, c or s minus 1 by 7 plus f. So, here is a expression. So, variable used to store the value of this particular expression. So, here a, b, c are operands, whereas plus and star are operators. So, this is the thing how a general expression will be there, which is called as computational expression. Coming to the types of expressions. There are different types of expressions in C. So, one is constant expressions, which is nothing but directly you will have the numbers. If you are having like this 10 plus 5 or 10 into 5 by 6. So, that was called as constant expressions. If you are having constant values which could not be changed. And coming to the next expressions are integral expressions. Integral expressions are nothing but it is a combination of variables. So, x plus y into z. So, like this. So, where x, y, z are integer values, then it is called as integral expressions. So, if suppose if you take x value as some 5, y value as some 6 and z value as some 8, like that. So, coming to the floating expression, the same thing, the expressions which results with the floating numbers. So, like x plus y into z, but x, y, z are the float numbers. Then the expression is said to be floating expressions, or you can say x plus y 10.75, where x and y are floating point variables. So, like this. Coming to relational expressions. If you are having like x less than or equals to y, y greater than x plus y greater than 2. So, if the relational operators involved in the expressions, the expression is said to be relational expressions. So in the relational expressions, we are going to compare the two expressions or two values, and which results in a Boolean values as results. Coming to the logical expressions, if you involve the combination of or the involvement of logical operators, and if you want to combine two relational operators together, we are going to use a logical operators. In order to have a number of logical operators, then the expression is said to be logical expression. See here, this is an relational expression and this is also a relational expression. If you want to combine this, so the component or the combination of two relational expressions with a logical operator, and the expression is said to be logical expressions. Coming to the operator precedence and associativity. What is an operator precedence? So, which we will call the precedence as priority. Why you have to give the priority, and for which operator you have to give higher priority. So that would be based on, in the C language, for every operator you will have the priorities as per the higher orders, or for each operator you will have some priority. So what happens with this priority? For example, if I'm having x plus y minus z into c, first thing, which operator I have to evaluate first? Should we operate in order to get the correct answer? Should I operate with x plus y, or should I consider y minus z first, or should I consider z into c first? So which operation I have to do first? So in order to solve such type of problems, you are going to use the concept of operator precedence. So see here, what was the definition of operator precedence? Operator precedence is used to determine the order of operators evaluated in an expression. So in C language, every operator has the precedence, which is nothing but the priority. Every operator in C has a priority. So when there is more than one operator in an expression, the operator with higher precedence has to be evaluated first, and the next operator with the least precedence will be evaluated last. So this is how the operator precedence will be there. Coming to the associativity. For example, if the two operators of same priority has come, so then which operator has to be evaluated first? So in order to solve that problem, we will use the operator associativity. So associativity is used to determine the order of operators with equal precedence evaluated in the expression. If equal precedence of operators has come in the same expression, which operator has to be solved will be said by associativity. In C programming, when an expression contains multiple operators with equal precedence, we use associativity to determine the order of evaluations of those expressions. So associativity will tells you from left to right you has to evaluate, or right to left you has to evaluate. So from which side to which side you has to evaluate. That would be done by associativity. When two operators of equal priority come in a same expression, then we will use associativity. When more than one operator is there, we will evaluate, or we will solve, or we will use operator precedence in order to evaluate those expressions. Coming to operators precedence. So here the first column is precedence, the first priority, and the second column list of operators and operator meaning and associativity. So what the parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, square brackets, arrow operator and dot operator will come from the first priority, and the associativity of these operators are from left to right. You have to solve. If I'm getting like this, a plus b into B minus C. So what I has to evaluate first? I have to evaluate this expression, then this one, from left to right. This is how the associativity works, and this is how the priority will works. If I get some A plus B, C into A plus B. So as I have the first priority is for bracket, so I have to evaluate this expression first. Next comes to the not operators, complement operator, unary plus. It was unary plus, like minus A plus B, like this. If unary operators are there, that is unary plus, unary minus, and increment operator, decrement operator, address operator, star pointer. This is not the multiplication, it's a pointer operator, size of operator, and type. It was a type conversion. So if these operators has the second priority, and these operators are to be evaluated from right to left, reversely. And coming to the third priority, you will get star, which is multiplication, slash and modulus operators. When you do the division, you will get the quotient value. When you use star, multiplication, product value you will get. When you use modulus operator, you will get the remainder value. So the associativity is left to right. Coming to the fourth precedence, plus and minus, which was binary addition and binary subtraction, the associativity is left to right. When these two comes under same priority, plus and minus are same priority. And coming to the fifth priority, left shift and right shift, and the associativity is left to right. Similarly, the relational operators like less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, this all comes under same priority, which is sixth priority, which you will have from left to right. And double equals to, not equals to, comparison. So these will be from left to right, and which have the next priority. And the eighth priority is bitwise AND, therefore bitwise operators. Ninth priority is bitwise XOR. 10th priority is bitwise OR, and this will comes from left to right. Next one is logical AND operators. Logical AND operators of 11th priority and left to right. And the next logical OR is of 12th priority, and it is also left to right. And next is a ternary operator, which is conditional operators, that also works with left to right. And coming to the all the assignment operators will work with right to left. And the comma operators, which is separator, that is also from left to right. So these are the operators along with the precedences, which has the highest priority, which the least priority is comma. The highest priority is the open parenthesis, square brackets, flower brackets, that will come under the highest priority. So this was a least priority, which is 15th one, which is comma operator. So this and associativity will say from which side you have to evaluate first, from left to right or right to left. So this is how the operator precedence and associativity works. So coming to the evaluation of expressions, we have seen what are the operators and what are the precedences of an operator and how you have to evaluate it, and what is associativity when it comes to the two operators. So now let us see how you are going to evaluate an expression using the operators precedence and associativity. So here already we have seen. So why we are going with operator precedence and associativity? The operator with higher precedence has to be evaluated first, then least one will be evaluated at last. So similarly, the expression is evaluated based on operator precedence and associativity of the operators in that expression. So let us consider an expression. So 10 plus 4 into 3 divided by 2. See here, in this, which has the highest priority? Star in plus star slash are the three operators we have. So here the star and slash comes under same priority and highest priority than plus. So we has to which one has to evaluate first? These two comes under same precedence. In this case, we have to check for associativity. What is the associativity? So, this comes under same priority. The associativity is left to right. So, we have to evaluate from left to right. So, in the left side, we has got the first operator is star. So, first operator 4 into 3 has to be evaluated first. 4 into 3, which is 12. Next, slash has to be evaluated. So, the remaining 12 slash 2. So, this one is 6. Now, we have to add 10 plus 6, which is 16. 16 is the correct answer for the following expressions. You can, if you don't use this particular operator precedence and associativity rules, so the evaluation of expression will get wrong. So, when I go with this, for example, 10 plus 4 into 3 by 2. So, 10 plus 4 is 14 into 3 divided by 2. 14 into 3 divided by 2, 2 7 7 3 21. So, you will get the answer itself wrong. So, when you use this only, you will get the correct answer. So, this is how the evaluation of expressions or evaluation of arithmetic expressions will be done. So, coming to the summary of this session. In this session, we have learned operator precedence. First, we have learned what is an expression and what is general expression, what is computational expressions, and what are the types of expressions. What are the types of expressions? Constant expressions, integral expressions, floating expressions. So, coming to the next step, after getting to the expressions, in order to solve the expressions, we are going to operator precedence and associativity. Operator precedence is nothing but which one, if you are having more than one operator in a expression, which operator has to be evaluated first will be said by operator precedence, which is nothing but which operator has the highest priority, that would be evaluated first, which has the least priority will be evaluated last. And if where comes the associativity? If more than two operators or more than one operator in the same expressions which have the same priority comes at a time, then which associativity says from which operator has to be evaluated first, either from left to right or right to left. So, this is how we have seen. And the next is we have seen the evaluation of expressions, how you are going to evaluate an expression. For example, if you are having 10 into 3 plus 2 minus 8 slash 9. Okay. So, which expression, we'll take simply 2. So, if this is an expression, how we are going to evaluate these expressions? So, the highest priority you are having, which operator has the highest priority? Operator precedence. So, star and slash has the highest priority. But which one has to be evaluated first? As those two are the same or of same priority, so we have to use associativity from left to right. So, first left you have got star operator, we have to use a multiplication. 10 into 3, 30. 30 plus 2 minus 8 by 2. Next you have to use slash operator. So, 8 divided by 2, which is 10 plus 2 minus 4. Next, plus and minus are of same priority. So, which one has to be evaluated? You have to use associativity. Associativity is from left to right. So, first 30 plus 2, which is 32 minus 4. Next, minus 4 has to be evaluated first, which is 28. So, this is the correct answer when you evaluate this expression. This is how we are going to evaluate an expressions in C using operator precedence and associativity. As well as we have seen different types of expressions here. This is how we have seen these all things in this session. Thank you everyone.